Hi, it's Wendy Rae. Welcome to my Idol recap. Well, last night we got to see the top 8 guys, and they started out the show with the little goofiness of Kara sitting so close to Simon. I know you've noticed it. It's actually become a little bit uncomfortable for me because it's almost like she's got a huge crush on him and is trying to sit on his lap like Ellen did the night before. She blamed it on Simon that he was sitting too close to her, but Kara, you need to really watch the tapes and see that you're actually the one moving over closer to him. It's almost like maybe she's afraid of Ellen, which is ridiculous because Ellen is like the nicest person on the planet. But anyway, maybe we'll figure that out sometime in the near future. Okay, first up was Lee DeWise. All right, Lee did Fireflies. Now, I love this song. I actually just downloaded it onto my iPod, I don't know, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I really like it. I like all the energy it has. I like how much fun it is. And then Lee kind of took it and turned it into a kind of a rock song, and I didn't like it at all. I like Lee. You know I like Lee. I love the raspiness in his voice. I think he's really hot, and I just love him. But last night was not my favorite performance. Also, I thought he was real pitchy all throughout. And it seems to me that although Lee has a great tone in his voice, he's got the look, he's got the whole thing going on, he can't seem to get on key. And I'm not sure what's going on with that. And it's been that way consistently. So, who knows? I'm a little bit worried about Lee only because of the song choice. I mean, even though Kara said that it was better than the original, but I didn't think so, and I'm not sure that America thought so either, so we'll have to see what happens with Lee. Then we saw Alex Lambert. You know, God love this little, bless his little heart. He is singing Trouble, and great song choice for him. Did an excellent job with it. You know, he's pretty much on key the whole time. I love the tone of his voice, but he is petrified. I mean, he just looks so scared up there that I really do think he's going to throw up on the camera, and it just makes me so sad because that's his downfall. This guy has enough talent and could do really well, but he does not believe in himself, which is going to cause him problems going forward. He's got to get control of those nerves if he's going to stay on American Idol. Then we saw Tim Urban. You know, I'm not a big Tim Urban fan. And haven't been, to be honest with you, but he's starting to remind me of kind of how Lacey Brown has done over the last 3 weeks. You know, the first week was a complete and total train wreck. The guy is so lucky that he didn't go home. The next week got better, and then this week was great. He did Hallelujah, and I hate to admit that I liked it. I liked it, and it was kind of annoying to me that I did, but I did, so good job for Tim. Then we had Andrew Garcia, who I think is getting a raw deal, and it's starting to irritate me because this guy has a lot of talent. The guy can really hear a song and change it and make it pretty cool. I like the way that he does that. And the judges have been saying, You've got to do something like you did the very first week of Hollywood Week when you did Straight Up and blah, 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 blah. So they're setting the bar so high for him. He didn't set the bar. You guys are the ones comparing it to his first performance. Stop that. That's not fair because what it's doing is it's pushing him into doing things like he did last night, which was Christina Aguilera's Genie in a Bottle. I didn't think it was bad. I actually thought it was pretty good. Kind of fun. I liked the way he changed it up. I think it worked for him. The judges weren't that excited about it. And I am a little worried about what America is going to think about Genie in a Bottle. Because, that's kind of weird about, he just doesn't seem like I'm your genie in a bottle. I just can't see him popping out of one. So that was a little weird for me. However, I thought he did a good job, but I am a little bit concerned about Andrew, which is a bummer because this guy deserves to stay in the competition because he's really good. Next up was Casey James, and I was really excited because he's saying, you'll think of me. This is what I've been wanting from him from the very beginning, and he delivered, and I loved it. I thought it was a lot better than the judges gave him credit for. However, Kara nailed it when she said it was honest, but she wanted to see a little bit more wow from him, and I get that. I absolutely do, but it was a nice performance of him sitting on the stool, playing his guitar, singing a good country song, because that's who I think he is. I'm not sure I agree with Randy with that whole rock thing, but, everybody's privy to their opinion. Then we had Aaron Kelly. He sang a country song, which, made me think, wow, he must be listening to me because that's what I told you last week. He needed to sing a country song. I think he needs to stay on that country vibe. It is way better for him. But I didn't really like this. Not that it was the wrong song choice. It was the right song choice, I think. I think it was fine for him. And I didn't agree with Kara when she was talking about that it was too old for him and blah, blah, blah. I just think he couldn't get the notes right. It maybe have been too big of a song for him. He needed to do just an easier song. Because although he's got a voice and it's very nice, and he's got some great moments in the competition, last night was not his best moment, and I kind of have to agree with Simon when he just says it was just nice. Next up was Todrick Hall. Now, to this point of the competition last night, it seemed like it was just boring. You know, it was, everybody was, sitting on a stool or standing at a mic or, just quiet, kind of boring, shy. I can think of another word for it. No more adjectives are coming out. And then Todrick picked it up. He sang Somebody to Love, and I thought he did a great job with it. It absolutely sounded like a gospel version of the song, which I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it was fun. I think he did a great job changing it up, and I thought he did a great job singing. It was a solid vocal, and I was really proud of Todrick. I thought he did good. I still am worried about Todrick, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. Last up was Michael Lynch. Finally, we got some action. It was exciting. It was good. Was it as awesome as the original? Absolutely not. But you know what? I love him. I think he's one of the huge front runners in the guys' competition, and he nailed it last night. He was awesome. Do I think that Kara was really crying? Probably not. I think that, they call that last position the pimp position, the one that they're trying to pimp. And, if you look back on the 3 weeks, they've had somebody pretty prominent in that position. The girls' night this week was Lily, who, she's one of the front runners, and then they put Mike in it tonight. So it's really the pimp position, and so then of course they just went on and on and on about how fabulous he was. Was it as fabulous as they made it out to be? I don't know, but it was fun. It was the best of the night, so good for Mike. All right, my favorites were hard, and who I think is going home was very hard, because it just seemed like nobody really was wow except for Big Mike, and nobody was really horrid, like just wretched. The girls' night, it was easy to pick. Katie and Paige, that was easy. But the boys was just a little bit harder for me. I just, just wasn't sure who was the worst because everybody was just kind of mediocre, kind of the same, kind of just solid performances. So I picked, for my favorites, I picked Big Mike, obviously, but I also picked Todrick. And the reason I did that is because I think that he had fun, he changed up the music, and I liked it. Personally, that's my personal opinion. Now, who do I think is going home? Well, I think Todrick's in trouble too. It might have been my favorite song and one of my favorites of the night, but you know what? I don't know that America has forgiven that first performance that he did in week 1 of the semifinals. So he could be in trouble. He could be in trouble. I also think Andrew could be in trouble because of that song choice. It's kind of like Michelle Delamore 2 weeks ago or last week when she sang the Creed song. So, I don't know. Again, this could be anybody's game, and I am just shooting in the dark because I really have no idea who's going home, unlike the girls who I kind of pretty sure. I also am worried about Alex Lambert. I think that he could be in big trouble as well, only because it's that deer in the headlights. And you know what? If he goes home, you know what I think he's going to be? Good. I'm ready to go. I can't stand this anymore. I'm tired of the vomiting. But who do I think is going to go home? And I'm really sad to say, I think Aaron Kelly is going to go home, which is going to be great for Tim because Tim is going to then get all those Aaron Kelly bets because that's what's going to happen. Those big, huge teeny bopper fans of Aaron are going to go flip right over to Tim. And they're going to be his best friend. I hate to say it, but I'm worried about Lee. I'm really worried about Lee. And the only reason I'm worried about Lee is because of the song that he chose and how he tricked it up. And it's such a popular song right now, and everybody likes how cool it is that I'm worried about that. And I'm worried about Lee's pitchiness. And I just don't think he can stay on key through a whole song, which I think America is seeing. So anyway, I could be totally off my rocker. That's just kind of what I think. It'll probably be a shocker, to be honest with you. It'll probably be somebody that out of the blue that we didn't even think would go home. So anyway, that's it for me today. I'm kind of at a loss for words because it was a really, really hard show to decide who was staying and who was going. I'd love to hear your comments, who you think is going to stay and who you think is going to go. I will see you tomorrow when we talk about the results show. Hugs to y'all. Make it a great day. Bye-bye.